and welcome back to Escape Velocity. This why do people let me be in charge of things? Hello, we're back. It's been a minute, but we are ready to go. First, some stuff. You just watched our intro video, which tells you, what we do here at G Game Nights with two G's and a K. Mostly TTRPG stuff, sometimes video game stuff. Got a lot of shows happening, even if a lot of the time life is kicking our collective asses and preventing us from doing our shows. But one thing we are doing collectively to kick life's ass in return is we are currently doing a fundraiser for the National Network of Abortion Funds, which I believe you can see the nope, that way, up that corner, is our current total. And we will be matching donations up to $1,000. So if you are able to, we would really appreciate it if you did help us out with donating to that cause, because it's really great. It helps people get access to, safe abortion care, which is a goddamn human right, despite what some fuckwads in this country seem to think. And that's, I'll leave at that, because, we don't need to dwell on it too much, because we're here playing a fantasy game. We're here for escapism. So there's your dose of reality, but we will get back to the games soon enough. What else do we have going on? So this week we have a slightly altered schedule. Tomorrow we actually have a one-shot, on the GGK Sabbath, as we have started referring to it internally. Ryan is going to be running a game of what's the system called? It's like Epic Viking Death Battle or something. It's that may not be what the system's called, but that's certainly the vibes for it.
Viking Death Squad?
Viking
Yes,
Death Squad. Okay. So gonna have a crew together for that. I believe it's going to be at about this time. Mecca will be participating in it, along with some others who maybe you haven't seen on this channel for a while, but it's going to be a fun time there. And like I said, I think it's this time tomorrow. But, just make sure you're following us on social media so that you know what we are doing and when. We've got Twitter, we've got Discord, we put all our stuff on YouTube. If you have lots of time to kill and want to catch up on our old shows, it's a lot of great content there. Let's see. This Thursday, gonna be a stream, but due to some cast shortages, I almost said disappearances. Due to some cast absences on Thursday, I believe most of the Elegant Creatures crew is going to be the Thirsty Thursday crew and plays probably some Monster Camp or Monster Prom. And that's, always a good time, so you should check that out. Friday should be back with Neon Gods, which is a Good Society game. This Saturday is not a normal stream. It is a one-shot. Again, I don't know the system. They have said it is a horror game. They've also said there are going to be lots of content warnings for it. So be aware of that. But they will, announce them ahead of time. So if any of it is not your jam, that's totally fine. We understand that the game is going to be a lot, but should be a lot of fun for everyone who participates. Then Sunday, I don't actually know what's going on Sunday because I'm going to be unavailable at that time. But the stream may be going forward. Otherwise, keep your eyes peeled on our socials, because that's where we say when we're doing stuff or if we have to adjust plans. I think that's about it for GGK stuff. So let's go around and start introducing ourselves, say where people can find you on the internet if you want, and who you're playing tonight. David, you can start as our GM.
All right, yeah. Internet-wise, I'm here on Tuesday nights. Tonight, I'm the GM. Alternate Tuesdays, I'm playing in Alex's mask game, and I am Kevin, aka Paragon. But yeah, tonight GM.
Yeah, that brings us to me. Hello, I'm Alex, OMG, it's some guy on the internet. I'm here on this channel Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays, and Sundays, though obviously the recent scheduling stuff is, blah, 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 blah. I already talked about that. Like David said, on alternating Tuesdays from this, I run our Masks game, Squire Squad. And then also Sunday nights over on LB's channel, I play in the new / old D&D game over there that has just come back for its second season. That party's going to be lots of shenanigans, but for this game, I am playing Teddy, who is a bunny person, courtesan, and also unknowingly psychic.
Is it me next?
It is LB next.
Okay,
Hi,
thank
I'm Albie
God.
Hackemup. You can Albie Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. I am playing Neith tonight. She is a mer person with robot legs and has a voice modulator, so her voice changes all the time. Check my Twitter for when I'm streaming because it is a lot. But the next time I'll be live is on Friday night, streaming on my channel with Lauren. We're doing some horror games. Hopefully we can make it work this time because last time we were tired and it didn't work and we just ended up watching Umbrella Academy together off stream. So that's me.
Now it's Z.
Oh, for a second I lost sound. Okay, hi, it's me, Z. Hello. I'm at Necromancy on the internet where it matters. Follow my Twitch so that I feel motivated to stream. I play here on Tuesdays, obviously because it's Tuesday. I'm here, but I'm also here on the other Tuesday, like David said. I am just happy to be here. I'm a mess.
At least you're a hot mess.
Hey.
And who are you playing tonight?
Oh yeah, I play Erstwhile. They're a hella alien and a doctor, and will beat you up.
All right, and Mecca.
Hello, I'm also Alex, but I'm mostly known as Mecha Spider on the internet, also Mecha, because me and Alex fought and he won, so he got to keep his name and I didn't. You can find me every Tuesday, mostly on LB's stream for some Dead by Daylight, where I'm occasionally joined by other friends and folks and family friends and all that stuff. And you can also find me here every other Tuesdays playing in this game, where I'll explain where I am in a second. And also tomorrow, where I'll be playing in the one-shot, as per previously mentioned, in Viking Death Squad, where I have no idea what I'm playing just yet, because I'm still building a character and also learning the system. I am playing Scarra. He's a human pilot, the only human in the group, apart from Jimothy, but he's gonna die soon, so you know. And he has robot legs as well, and he can fly. Yeah, it's fun times. He's the pilot.
All right, so that's us. It has been about a month since we last played, so David, why don't you tell us what happened last time?
All right. So last time you all you started out in this bunker. You were kind of looking for stuff. You had kind of found the secret bunker underneath it, and you had been kind of looting it when you heard the howls of the wolves up above and gunfire. It's led to you meeting a second group that had come here. You debated about whether or not you needed to fight them. You decided we'll try talking, and it turns out they heard the sounds of your fight and came to hopefully rescue whoever was here. They seem to have, for the time being, thought that you were allowed to be here legally. They thought it was a bit odd that they didn't know that they weren't informed that you would be here, but your paperwork seemed to be in order, so that's good enough for now. You managed to get a few extra, combat robots operational, and you made a break for it with your new loot, going back to their camp. The idea being that they would take you back to their camp and then, escort you back to your ship. You, on the way, had to fight some more of those weird wolves that could heal themselves, and you killed all but one of the 4 or 5 of them, and Jimothy died very briefly before Erstwhile was able to bring him back to life. He is still unconscious, as he is stabilized until he can get 24 hours of rest. He can receive no further healing from anything, so he's alive at 0 hit points until something else, until he can rest for 24 hours. And that's about where we left off. You were just making your way to the camp. You saw some extra guards and stuff like that. Some more combat robots and some more sciencey looking folks. But it was it nighttime when you guys got there? Or
No, 'cause I
no,
think
you
we
guys left early in the morning.
Yeah.
So no, it wouldn't be nighttime. It's like midday. So you're pretty good time wise. So yeah, that's where we pick up. You're making your way into this this camp. Now it's it's 600-year-old ruins of, think, a semi-futuristic, maybe not city, but settlement. There were buildings here. There are no skyscrapers, but you can see the remains of some buildings, and there's some of them are still mostly standing. There's plants over all of them, and you can tell there are some places where there had once been a building and now it's just like a big hill. And they're kind of like digging into it and stuff like that. It's hard to tell what this would have been, but as you kind of make your way into the camp, they kind of keep going. And this is a much kind of larger camp than you would have initially thought. There's a lot of buildings, but it's kind of spread out. There's like a lot of big flat, areas in between. You still, they found some like old walkways and stuff like that. Because it's been 700 years. Anything that was the ground, there's several inches more ground that has been added on top of whatever was here before. There's some areas where it's like, oh, these are some ancient steps and stuff like that. This was something. It wasn't just random buildings. And you're being led by Owen and Pam and what was her name? Gotta look up.
Dr. Professor something.
Yeah, it was Professor Hughes, Sheeran Hughes.
Yes.
So Jimothy is on one of these like levitation carts that you guys have. Legoshi's there with you. And yeah, you kind of get bought to a medical tent where you can kind of get checked out. And Owen kind of, say, you guys rest up here. I'm gonna go check in and let people know that we're gonna be sending some folks back to port pretty soon here. So.
All right. Well, if it's all right with you, I would like to come along, introduce myself. Given that I am the acting captain of our group, given that Jimothy there is out of commission.
Oh, sure. To who's in charge here?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Cool. That's actually me and Professor Hughes.
Oh.
Professor Hughes is in charge, and then I'm kind of in charge of the military escort. So I was more meaning I'm checking in with, gonna send some stuff over towards Atlantis, air control. That we'll have some ships up and running pretty soon, because I imagine you're not scheduled to be coming back just yet.
Oh, I mean, Jimothy would have known the schedule. I mean, we're hoping to make it a quick trip.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you're already scheduled, you're already scheduled. It's just going to update them on what we expect your ETA will be.
Is this weird? Like, this feels weird to me. Like, why would we be what?
Well,
As from my knowledge, can I draw from my knowledge of trading and going down to the planets and before? Can I remember if like having a specific date to go back is that a normal thing, or can you have it loosey goosey?
You would probably just like, as you're lifting off, like make contact or something like that with somebody. Since it's kind of a dead zone here, you would. I mean, it's not like there's a huge amount of air traffic over here, so you just like kind of get up high enough to where you could make contact, and then you go, "Hey, we're coming back," and they give you a flight plan.
Yeah, so they don't have.
He doesn't need to be doing this, but it's maybe a thing. I don't know.
So, from what I remember, when we took off, there was a distinctive lack of communication with air control.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a question of, does whatever Jimothy did ahead of time account
Probably-
for our return, or what was the plan there?
Oh, that's a really good point.
I kind of shoot both Erstwhile and Teddy, the group, a look like he doesn't exactly trust what he's saying, what this guy's saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to ask David. Like, is there an insight that I could roll? Like, it feels weird to me that he's like, you're not expected back anytime soon, right? Like,
Okay. Yeah, you
That
could
feels
roll a notice.
I will roll
Or
that.
you could know a no.
I don't know shit, but I can notice things.
I'll do a no.
Those are both
So-
-1 from me.
So Mecca, you just know that this is weird.
Oh, yeah.
You're a pilot. This goes within your background.
As a criminal, I want to know
Yeah.
if he's copping me. Is he copping? Boy, are you a cop? Are you copping right now?
He looks an awful lot like a cop. I will say that, just in his general dress.
Like, is this a cop thing to do? To be like, I'm trying to trick you, criminal scum. That was a 5. Do I just roll a 1d6, or how do I do this?
So you roll 2d6. You can roll on your character sheet, but they got links on your character sheet. But
So
if you're
5.
wanting to roll actual dice, it's 2d6.
8. I 8 total.
Okay. And do you have anything to add to
No.
your notice? Okay. It's not a negative though. It's a plus
Correct.
0.
It's a plus
Okay.
0.
All right. Then yeah, 8. 8's not bad. He's clearly a little suspicious of you. I'll say
Okay.
that.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Do I have any of my psychic stuff for this?
Is what's her name, the doctor, around?
Professor Dr. Hughes.
Yes, Professor Dr. Sheeran Hughes.
She's not German, but yeah. Dr. Hughes, yeah, she's around.
Is she being psychic right now, or is she leaving us alone? Because I'm worried she's reading our minds for guilt.
Mm-hmm. I don't feel any guilt.
You can't tell.
Damn it.
But she is around.
Damn. All right, cool. I'm just gonna be chill, I guess, and stare at the other doctors who took Jimothy away from me, because if he dies on their watch, I swear to God.
They're just,
Leaving Timothy alone.
getting them on one of those space IVs and doing all the space stuff.
Yeah, we're in space right now. Space stuff.
That's all watch Star Trek. They're all like, let's get into sonic shower and stuff. It's replace any of the technobabble with space and then what it is to us today, and it's hilarious.
I can't
Because
wait to
it's
go
the
to
same
Space
thing.
Texas.
Yeah.
Space Ohio.
But I think Teddy will just kind of say, "Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously we'll be on our way back sooner because our expedition leader is critically injured. So as soon as we're able to move him, we are, we're not taking any more risks. So we'll be back as soon as he's able to move."
Sooner or later, I don't, honestly, that's a good point. I'll just let them know that we got you guys, and we may be having to update your return. Um, but yeah, because obviously we're not going to be able to move him until he's a little bit more stable than this.
Well,
I'll leave that up to the doctors.
yeah.
But
Well, in that case, should we even let them know already? Because who knows when he's going to be ready? It might need to be, it could be. I mean, I'm sure your medicine is very good, but it could be a few days. Who knows how long it's going to take?
mhm.
This man was dead like a few hours ago, literally dead. Thanks to our doctor here, of course they're back, but who knows when they might wake up. So we need to probably get off this. No
That's a good
offense, I'm
point.
sure this settlement seems fine, but this planet is a fucking mess.
I mean, if he's that hurt, maybe they'll send a doctor out or something. Well, I'm checking in with.
We have a doctor.
That's true. Yeah. Anyways, you guys have fun here. I'm gonna go check in. Unless you
Does
guys
he
want
leave?
to roll some kind of talk check to get him to
Okay, so
delay this.
I'm trying to remember.
I can try and connect with him, but
That's
I
more
don't-
like
that's trying to
Calling-
get contacts. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I don't have the talk skill.
I mean, I have talk +0. I also have my telepathic contact stuff, and so at my level, I can get up to read their current thoughts. Can't pick up memories or non-obvious connections. The target gets a mental saving throw to resist this, though.
Do we have signal down here on our
No,
compads?
you do not.
So they must have a way of contacting. Wait, actually, probably have a radar disc or something, but some kind of contacty thing. I don't know. An antenna. That's it.
Don't trust this guy. Also, he insulted my
I've been
doctorly
saying it the
abilities.
entire time that I don't trust him.
I mean, we all have.
Yeah,
Okay,
true.
so you're doing telepathy. He's gonna make a save.
Yeah.
Ooh, he fails.
Okay. So I get surface thoughts.
Okay. Yeah. Rundown of his surface thoughts are definitely like he needs to go communicate what he's found to his superiors and see what they want him to do about this and whatnot.
Okay. So I think I am going to attempt my suppress cognition thing. Though it does say it only lasts for the scene, so I don't know how much it is really going to help here.
If you suppress him for the scene, then we should have to leave, or somehow break the way he contacts. Maybe Neith could hack it so there's some interference, so he can't make contact with the base. We'd have to try and figure out a way for her to do that.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably worth doing because he's about to contact them now, and we don't want that
Yeah.
because we
so-
don't have clearance to be down on this planet.
Yeah. So let me
As much as
put the
our
text in
papers is
chat.
somewhat legit.
All right.
So they do get another mental saving throw, but if failed, the thought remains unthinkable for the rest of the scene.
Okay. And this is you're committing effort again?
Yeah, this is just for the scene.
Okay. Mental save. Another fail. Dang. So what exactly you're making him forget?
Yeah, I think it's almost like, the Jedi mind trick of Teddy is saying the thing out loud, but just like, you probably have more important things, attend to your crew. I mean, you lost a few of your security bots out there. You probably want to take inventory and make sure the base is secure. What if the wolf followed us? Just like reprioritize things in his mind to not check
Okay.
in.
He's just, yeah, you're making him not think about checking in. He's like, all right, yeah, you guys get checked out. I got some stuff to take care of. And he kind of changes the direction he was going to start checking in with some of his troops and whatnot.
Okay. Might be a problem here.
All right, I had a plan, and I just take my compad. Unfortunately, there's no signal. I was thinking of potentially getting in contact with some of my contacts up there and potentially forging some papers, but I don't think we can do that since there's no signal. Is there like an antenna around here that I can somehow contact back in the Linus? Is that something I can find? I don't know. They said they would contact that people, so presumably there'll be a way to. Sorry, I'm overthinking this. What do we want to do?
You've made a
Well,
gesture.
Jimothy's gonna be fine literally tomorrow.
Right, so we have till tomorrow. So do we want to stay here till tomorrow, or do we want to boogie back to base? By the
You mean
base, I
our
mean ship. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're sort of fucked if we stay here because he seriously doesn't trust us, and we seriously don't trust how much he doesn't trust us.
Mm.
But how far are we away from our ship? Even?
Like a day, I think, right?
Fucking day.
That
A
would be
day or
enough
half
for
a day at
Legoshi.
least.
Yeah. Did we get taken out of our way to go to their camp?
A little bit.
Damn it.
That's why I was trying to say let's go back to our ship instead of going to it, but they were kind of all around us at that point.
I mean,
We can try and it's
look, if worse comes to worse, and he comes back and he's like, "Oh, you guys are fucking criminals," we can be like, "What? Jimothy told us this was all on the."
I mean, all my papers are legit.
Oh my god.
So, you know.
Jimothy's unfucking conscious, so if he has to take the fall for it.
But the thing is, he has the password to the compad, which has a buyer on it.
We
And I
have Neith.
that is true. I do also have his
Hello.
compad. I've had his
Really
compad
need
since he left it in his bag earlier. He hasn't asked for
Love
it back,
it.
so I've just kept it.
Nice, like the little blue arms from their chest to like do little knucks.
Right.
Nice. So that's my plan. We can't really book it out of here. We barely made it here.
Is there a
with
vehicle around
box.
here we can, steal?
They'll follow us miles.
We can just leave off planet and then hide out for a bit. We don't have to directly go back to Atlantis. We can just hack into the compound, see where the buyer is staying, and then buy a ship and leave. And it's a different
Apologies.
ship, so it's a different registration.
Why are we trying to leave so quickly?
Because he's a
Mr.
military
Dr.
man.
Sergeant Owen is trying to call the cops on us, basically, and be like, "Are these kids legitimate?" And then the cops are going to be like, "No." That's why.
I see. Well, perhaps.
I was thinking you could probably break their or at least run interference on their contact machine, like their antenna or something. So
Yes, I could
they
pose as the
contact
person they are
base?
trying to contact.
That's brilliant. Oh my God. That's so smart.
we just need to get away to their compad or whatever they're using to contact. We need to find out where it is because we don't know this place.
I mean,
Hmm.
doesn't Neith just need anything connected to the network that they're using?
Yes.
I don't know.
It will
To
depend
hijack
on
the
how.
signal?
It'll depend on how he's contacting. Away from
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Neith is gonna pull. I have a compad? Oh God, sorry. I clicked on roll 20 and then all of the rolls bleeped in my head. I don't have like a tech pad, right?
I have a
Can I see their
compad.
You have a
I think we
compad?
all do.
Yeah, I have a combat pad, and I also have Jimothy's compad.
Okay. Give me your compad, please.
I hand it over.
I'm gonna see if I can log into the system from like a remote thing, or if I have to like actually get into their system manually.
Okay, so one thing you'll know is that most secure networks or anything like that, you'll need a hard point of entry. And so one of the things they have that you'd be aware of is something called a line shunt. And you just like get it there and it will give you remote access, but you have to like find the right place to put it.
Okay. Let's see, do they have like a comm tent
Maybe.
that we
You'll
know?
have to. You haven't seen one.
Okay. Okay.
Owen was walking in a particular direction and then changed directions, so you know a general way he was going to go to make this contact.
Okay. Are we like locked into place?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to casually start walking down towards where he was going. And
Can I have my compad back?
No. Like peek around a corner to see if I can find where he has gone off to.
Yeah, you see him just down a ways. He's got his soldier bots plugged in and charging and getting basic maintenance done on them after the fighting.
Okay. Can I look around and see any sort of like antennae hanging up, or like any place that I can assume would be like their base of operations, I guess, like the main tent?
Yeah. So let me. You guys, let me move you over to the map that I'm on. Haha.
Oh dang.
This
All
is
right.
a lot bigger than I expected.
Well, you don't know exactly how big it is right now. But yeah, also welcome to Oklahoma State University.
I was gonna say this looks like a college.
You guys are over here at the 19 right now.
Okay.
There's a very large excavation going on over at 22. But Owen walked over. He started off, he was walking up towards 20. And then changed directions and walked over towards a tent that's over by 18.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's a question of, well, Neith is off doing that. A, do they need support? And B, what do the rest of us do during this time? Because, I mean, I feel like Teddy is probably going to be most useful continuing to run interference with Owen.
I'm gonna go with Neith just as a backup in case things go south. Also, they have my compad, so.
Yeah.
There. I'll stay with Teddy.
Splitting the party, let's go.
All right. So Teddy and Erstwhile are following around Owen.
Yeah, I mean, we're not like dogging his heels or anything, but after a short while, we go and head that in the direction that we saw Owen You know, probably with the excuse of like, oh, we should discuss, when Jimothy is ready, what is our plan for getting us back to our ship, because we don't want to inconvenience them, but it's obviously dangerous out there.
All right. So you get so your memory erasure. It's for the scene, but you get your effort back, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
I can just keep every scene
That's
trying again.
I think pretty soon here we're gonna have to have Owen get another saving throw.
Yeah.
And that's just how we'll do it.
Yep.
Also, where's Legoshi in all of this? How's he doing?
Oh yeah,
How does
Legoshi's
he
hanging
feel?
around. Yeah. He's good. Let's see. Did anyone get very badly hurt or anything like that?
Did anyone other than Jimothy get hurt?
I don't think anyone else did. Some bots
during
got
the
destroyed.
entire fight. I was in the air, so I couldn't be hit.
Yeah, no,
So I was
good.
fine.
And they couldn't hit Neith because of
I think
her
I
AC.
tore something apart, but
Yeah, I think Jimothy was the only fleshy casualty.
All right.
The guy with the contact info with the buyer.
Mhm.
I mean, we can always hack it if we need to.
Are we sure about that,
Like,
though?
I'm torn.
I have no
because
idea.
I want to keep Jimothy alive as long as possible just to spite David. But Erstwhile has now decided that Jimothy is extremely expendable.
The thing is, this is the thing. Mecha doesn't care if Jimothy dies. Scarra would care because he doesn't want people to die.
What about go to jail? Someone
no,
other than you goes to jail.
I'm fine with that.
Does Scarra care?
We can always, if somebody other than me, if I got out scot-free and he went to jail, it's kind of a gray area.
I mean, maybe he should have done his crime better.
Exactly.
Or not gotten his arm ripped off.
I mean, you should have plausible deniability like me.
All right. So yeah, no one else is hurt. Legoshi. Legoshi might stick around and watch after Jimothy. I think that's someone probably needs to stay, unless someone has a reason to want Legoshi to come with them. Then he's all ears.
We're not expecting there to be trouble in the camp, so I think if anything, having someone there to keep a watch on our unconscious leader and like be an advocate for him when he can't do anything himself is probably the best plan.
All right. So we will start with the people looking for the comms tent. You kind of start walking up that way. There's a few tents. You're kind of looking around, and you nothing is standing out to you as of yet. At 20, there's a much larger excavation going on here. And you're seeing like lots of like categorized old relics. You're seeing like some books and stuff like that.
Is this like something we're gonna have to sneak to?
No one's questioning you right now.
Yeah.
You're pretty much just walking around in the open in the day. But yeah, people are just doing their thing. No one seems to be overly bothered
Okay.
by your moving around.
I am gonna see if I can. Neith walks with all the confidence of a straight white man. And
Speaking as one, that's not actually that much. But I also have anxiety.
So she is going to walk as far as she can, until like I can get a visual on like maybe inside, like just casually like checking out, like see if I can like get the, basically like what I'm trying to do is find out like where, if there is like a way I can connect into like the space landline from like the
Mhm.
outside, or else like if I'm gonna have to like sneak in and go into a maintenance closet, like
Is there a
that sort of thing.
USB stick outside? You
Yeah,
can just be
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I could just put that
Can I
there.
can I cut the wires and put like a thing in the middle of it and like hook it up to my pad and like do a thing that way? But that's what I'm looking for.
If we need to
All
check the
right.
roof, then I can fly up to the roof. Is it reasonable to say that I could pick up Neith if we
Yeah.
to have us both fly?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that's good to know. Plus the robot legs.
Plus the robot legs, baby.
Yeah, I mean it's future
Sure,
robot
some
legs.
kind of like carbon fiber or something really light.
Right. Yeah.
Space carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Um,
It's space robot legs. They're
Could I to help out Neith and all that? Not specifically helping out, but like just looking out for somewhere to connect from the outside. Is there like a notice or?
you're looking around, there's obviously, computers and equipment and stuff like that around here. People have their compads up and are working on them, and you see them obviously interacting with each other through them, which you're not seeing that there's any kind of space Wi-Fi here. But they're obviously using something like that. And yeah, you're not sure. There's a lot of computers around. Neith, what's your background specifically?
My background specifically is, well, my character sheet isn't up. Where do you go, character sheet? Technician.
Technician. Okay. You see probably over here. This is one of their main excavation tents. So looking around, looking at all the stuff they have, you find a computer that's working as some kind of hub. It's their local Wi-Fi. But it's not going to have the kind of range it would need to connect back to Atlantis. So this
Okay.
is some kind of like just they got a local network going.
All right, then I will use it to figure out the best, figure out where they would be able to send a communication like that. Pull up the schematics.
All right.
While Neith is doing that, I'm just going to make sure nobody's looking too much at us.
All right, give
just
me a
making
notice.
Just making sure that Neith's actions aren't exactly what attribute would it be?
Give me wisdom.
Okay, no changes. I just wanted to know for my own personal welfare. 9.
Okay. People are definitely clocking that you two are here. You've gotten to the point to where you're not really in the way of their archaeological expedition, but you're in the middle of it. And so people are like walking right by you kind of thing as they like bring some ancient book to be cataloged,
Okay. Well, yeah, okay.
So there's maybe a little suspicion, but no one's like flagging down a guard or anything like
Yeah,
that.
as long as nobody's doing that, I'm going to keep silent for now.
Just act casual.
So Neith, you're trying to get onto their local network and see if you can use that to determine where the comm is from. Okay. You are gonna have to like go up to the computers because I'm assuming you don't have a line shunt. So you'll have to hack their local network and just give yourself access to it.
Yeah, I'm going to again walk up with like I'm supposed to be there and get on the computer.
All right, give me a program check.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a 13.
Yeah, very good. You get on there. It takes you a couple of minutes, but you give your group access to the Diggs local network.
All right, I'm going to look up the schematics and see if I can find where he would make the phone call from.
Okay. Looking at the devices and stuff that are connected to the network and going through, most of them are COM pads. Nothing that looks like it would have that kind of capability, but a number of them are ships, and one of them in particular. Give me, yeah, I don't know it would. Okay, so you can either like know it based off their designations with like a no roll, or you can give me another program check to try and determine specifically.
Is it a ship? Something a pilot would know. I mean, I'm still keen.
Okay, you're there too. Yeah,
I am. But
okay, yeah. Looking at their designations, there's one ship that's designation stands out to you as being something that might have this kind of capability. It is a military command ship.
It's probably his ship, to be honest, if it's a military
So
command ship.
It's got like all their ECCM stuff on it, and so this is what would be communicating in the field.
I'm just gonna lean over Neith's shoulder and just point at the ship designation. It's like, that's the one right there. Military command ship.
It's up in space.
No, it'll be on the ground. It's small enough to land on the ground.
Okay. This is where they would make their call from.
Yeah, I assume it's probably Owen's ship. I mean, if he's a military man himself.
Right.
You can get us in that route, though, right?
Of course. However, we run the risk of spending too much time. He seems to be busy for the moment. Is it wise for us to continue this line, or should we run?
I'm kind of conflicted between both of them at the moment. I've suggested running multiple times, and people don't seem too happy with it because they could just chase us. But if we do this,
is true.
They could probably just find us in there and be like, why the hell are you in this ship?
Is there just one ship on the ground?
It looked like there were several.
Okay. Yes, running seems to be not the best option. Why don't I look into their ship?
All right. You guys doing that. Teddy, we're going to do another save for Owen here, as I think we've transitioned scenes. Well, let's let you guys do a little bit of tailing before we have him do a save. We'll let you guys catch up to where LB and Mecca are. So yeah, you're kind of following him around. He's kind of doing his thing. Seems to be a pretty chill guy going about his business of checking in with all his troops and whatnot and getting maintenance done. And then he kind of circles back around and looks like he's going to like a lunch tent, get some food.
Yep.
He seems to have done all his other chores.
Yep. Do we remember what his rank is? Did he ever tell us?
I don't know that he did.
I think he literally introduced himself as Owen.
Yeah.
Well, let's see then. I think when we catch up to them, Teddy is gonna be like, "Oh, Commander Owen Star. What is your rank? Do you have one?"
Owen's fine.
Okay. So we were wondering, now that we've had a bit of time and we got checked out and such, we're just wondering what the plan when it is time to escort us out will be like, because we don't want to inconvenience you all in your operation too much, but also we would certainly appreciate the help getting to our ship. And so just wondering.
Sure.
Well,
I mean, we'll probably just fly you over there, right? We got a few ships, just fly you over, drop you off at your ship.
that certainly would be the way to get around the wolves, yes. And it's not going to interrupt things, or...
Nah, we're not using them right now. I mean, it's just going to be one of the ones that bought down all the scientists and their equipment and stuff like that. So,
Okay,
I
so
mean, we'll have to make sure we take care of it. No getting any dogfights or anything like that, but it'll be fine.
yeah, and it'll be fine to, get our cargo back and all that stuff too.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, these guys bought a bunch of crap down with them for all this digging and stuff. A lot of computers, a lot of scanners and whatnot.
What is this dig site for? What you guys digging up?
Oh, a bunch of
Do you
different
know?
stuff. Yeah, there's an old college, so they had there's a research and engineering college, so they had a lot of stuff going. So we're looking for any kind of insights into whatever they were doing with pre-tech at the time.
That's really interesting. Was this one known for doing stuff like that, or is this more of a, oh, we found a place with books, must be a learning place?
I mean, it was known. We have maps, right, of the continent before the scream, so we knew it was here. It's just been a matter of getting with the newfound interest in the planet. There's been the government's kind of had a bit of a fire lit under them to go investigate a lot of these sites that they've been meaning to investigate before. It's one of those things. It's so long ago that finding something useful is probably kind of small chance of it, but if we can, it's going to be a huge payoff. So, but we got to do it before some scavengers do.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the setup. What kind of scavengers would think that they could just walk in here and take what they want? I mean, you've clearly got this place on lock.
I mean, I more mean like if we didn't come out here and start doing this, some other government might find the university and try and do it themselves.
Gotcha.
And they might not ask for permission.
Right. Now, are you saying that other governments are also scavengers, or was that just
Oh, sure. Space Vegas, we keep catching them doing illegal operations down here. So,
right? Yeah. Yeah, I guess they would be the kind to do that.
yeah, and I mean, them. We've caught a couple of groups from New Rostov, and I mean, then other than that, it's just criminals. I were some of them hired by governments? Who knows? Their contacts aren't saying.
Yeah, I mean, why would they? I mean, I can't imagine it would be good relations for 'cause Owen is with Atlantis government, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess they think it's a big enough planet that you might not notice it, but
It's a huge continent. Yeah, and we can't be everywhere. We don't have quite that ability. So I'm positive there's a lot of scavenging going on the planet, but we have to try and for the most part we let people do their thing, but as we try and make sure we get some taxes on it, make it official.
sure. Yeah, and I mean that's part of why we're doing what we're doing is you are focusing your resources here, which is commendable, and it's up to the little guys like us to go out into the slightly more dangerous areas. But it's fortunate that you were nearby to help us out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, hey, yeah, we appreciate it. And if when all this is all said and done, if you're looking for any more work, I'm sure you could always contract with the government. You know, they pay you for whatever you find out here. Better at staying in system than going to somebody else, right? Are you guys going to join me for lunch?
Oh, sure. I mean, what are they serving?
He goes, I got a sandwich, but I don't know what else they have over there.
Well, I'm a little peckish. What about you, Erstwhile?
I could eat.
All right, well, I'll save seats for you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, at this point, if it needs to, going to, again, try and psychically distract him, but I think for the most part, it's just going to try and conventionally distract him, and just, like, keep steering the conversation around in, like, this winding path to keep him from going and checking in.
Straight up, I'll go get food so that Teddy never leaves his side.
I am rolling another save.
Yeah.
Another fail.
Good.
Gosh, I roll so bad on these saves.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like how the soldiers were rolling last session, right? That you were rolling for them, and they were just like rolling all low.
Yeah.
What the highest of these saves I've rolled on a d20
It's been
is
like a 4,
a 5.
a 5, yeah.
5.
Yeah.
So, for understanding the mechanics of the system, is that just... So, I know that we have our own saving throws. Is that just our own DC that adjusts?
Yeah.
And so, like, okay, so my psychic abilities has nothing to do with the numbers he's rolling.
Yep.
Okay.
Certain psychic abilities will give penalties
Okay.
at higher levels. But yeah, the one you're using right now doesn't.
Gotcha.
Hey, David, I have a question. Can I fuck shit up?
How do you mean?
Like physically. So, like, if I can regrow people's limbs and like reattach decapitated heads, can I fuck up a person? I know it's not one
With
of the
your
abilities that-
powers?
Yeah, like it's not one of the things that I have, but like, why not?
Not at the moment.
Oh, damn! Is there a future thing for this? Probably.
There are some things you can get that are some more mean, offensive. There's one where you can give people terminal illnesses.
Oh. Okay, well,
and if you roll good enough, they don't know about them.
I look forward to the day where I can typhoid marry some people. Until then, I will get some salad for Teddy and a sandwich for myself.
All right. He's continuing to be distracted.
Good.
I think Professor Hughes will end up joining you all for lunch.
Suspicious.
I mean, Teddy has previous contact with her, and so that probably helps with the, like, being chummy and chatting and being distracting. Which, I mean, I don't know, should I roll a perform or something just to see how well it goes in addition to the psychic stuff, or is that...
Sure, if you want to keep his interest on you and keep him from going and doing other things that you might not want. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me... I will say that once he remembers that he might want to check in about you guys, he's going to go do that. It doesn't matter what your conversation is.
Yeah,
he's not going to be like, ooh, but I really wanted to hear this next part.
But that's when I have to do the psychic thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, with my charisma, that's a 10.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, your conversation is enthralling. Professor Hughes, Owen, they're engaged. They're having fun. It's a great lunch. Everyone's having a great time. You probably pick up a couple other people who join the table as well.
Mm-hmm.
Erstwhile is patently not having a great time. But fortunately, they can't emote very much, so it probably looks like they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah. All right. So back to the other group of Neith and Scarra. So you know what you're looking for. You don't currently see it. Now, it had to be somewhat close to this. People doing fireworks. Flipping 4th of July.
Hey, don't
All right.
worry, we can't hear it, so at the very least.
Okay. It's just annoying me. Got it. All right.
I'm sure plenty of you people in America are getting annoyed by fireworks. Happy America, everybody.
Mhm.
No, bad America. Donate to help a good cause.
Mhm.
America's doing a bad job. Anyway.
All right. So yeah, it's got to be sort of around here.
Is there any obvious hangar bays?
I would say there's probably not obvious hangar bays, but there are 2 obvious kind of walkways where they've kind of cleared some of the overgrowth and stuff like that. Because this is also it's not as dense as the jungle was before, but it is still jungle out here. So there's some areas where they've cleared it to get machinery and stuff through. And that is going to be off towards like the direction of 14 over here. You can get a pretty clear view of down that way. And you get a pretty clear view of down towards like 6 and whatnot over here. So to the kind of the east and the west, they've kind of cleared it out.
Okay, so presumably that's where ships would take off from.
Yeah. They've had to move the equipment through here. Give me a notice if you want to.
Sure.
I'll say you can further narrow it down with the notice.
10.
All right. Yeah. They probably came from the direction of 14. There's a much heavier traffic from 14 to 20.
Okay, so I'm gonna, with Neith in tow, I'm going to start heading towards 14 casually, not like trying to draw attention to myself.
Being real nonchalant.
Yeah, just like making my way over there, like
Got
looking
your
like I'm
hands
curious
in your
explorer.
pockets, whistling. And yeah. You do
Just
see
exploring.
that
Never been to this place before, so
there are some tents set up at 14. And as you kind of get to kind of between the rubble of these 2 old buildings, you can see over into this parking, or to where this parking lot is on the map. It's a very flat, level field that's been that was fairly clear still, and so that looks like they landed their ships there.
but are the other ships still there?
They are still there, yes, and you clearly notice the command ship. It's the biggest one. The others are shuttles. This one is a frigate. But
that is huge.
It's pretty big, yeah.
I've played Halo. So that right there is the ship. Is there a lot of people surrounding it, or is it pretty clear?
This looks like it's kind of like HQ. There's a lot of people around here, especially the military.
Neith, do we directly have to enter that ship in order to get what we need? Because it's kind of populated.
David, do we have? Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
It seems that we would have to go directly inside of it.
Right. From my knowledge of ships, is there a hatch on the roof? Not the roof, but like the top of the ship. Is there a hatch on the top of the ship?
Is there any access from the top of the ship? Let's see what kind of ship we're dealing with specifically here.
I'm thinking of trying to stealthily fly. I mean, it's pretty loud, but
I do not think leaving with this ship would be a good idea.
Oh, I'm not trying to leave with the ship. I'm just trying to get inside because of the communication.
Right.
I don't think there is. There's going to there's an airlock. There's cargo loading ports. There's where they exit and land on the ground, but there's not going to be anything on the roof.
Okay. 2 questions. 1, is this the only way he'd be able to communicate with outside forces?
Yes.
2, on repair ships like this, I don't have to go inside, right? I could probably find the right panel and pull it out and cut a cord to like just stop all communications for a while, which would give us time.
It depends.
Yeah.
On
I think we'd have to get closer, right? To
what
see.
where the computers are.
Okay. So I
on
wouldn't
this
just be
guy.
able to like know where. Okay. So I have to go inside. Okay.
I mean, nobody knows us around here. The only people who know us is Owen and Nat. We could just act as new crew.
Does that sound feasible with is it everyone in uniform or something?
The military is.
Mm.
Yeah, the military are in their uniforms. The scientists aren't. They're a little bit more casual, so you do that. But you also don't know how long they've been here.
Yeah.
They probably know each other, or at least the people in the. There looks like there's a lot of people there.
There's a good amount of people, but there's not so many people that people will go, hey, I never knew. If they've been here for like a month, no one's going to be like, I never knew we had a mer person.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I know ships. I know that ship. That ship is impressive, I've got to say. So I have read over manuals of ships. I roughly know the layout, kind of. So if we did get inside, I could try and call off memory where we need to go.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of places you could go.
It is good to know that our captain knows about ships.
I don't think I'm the captain, but sure.
Right. Well, we're going to have to lie our way onto this ship.
So
I
you're
would remain quiet if I were you. I will pose as a maintenance person because I am a maintenance person.
Sure. What should I do?
You are my assistant.
Right. Sure. Why not?
There is a ha 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 ha.
You really are great at emotions.
Thank you. I worry about that sometimes.
Sure. Why? Scarra's debating on saying you probably should take on a different voice for talking to these people, but also be like, maybe you can make your voice a bit more like with your voice box, maybe a bit more sociable and friendly instead of robotic.
All right, 1 moment, please. You see her switching her voice modulator. Is this better?
Sure, that works, I guess. Does it sound like you're a mechanic?
I could be a mechanic in any language.
Yeah, that works. Why not? I mean, people understand. I don't know, people have seen your race before, but with all the voice modular, I'm sure they'll understand. You have got the knowledge.
Let's go.
I'm gonna stay silent from now on.
All right. As the two of you approach the ship, you see a young woman getting off of the ship that you recognize. She has red hair. It is Pam, the apparent assistant of Dr. Hughes, and she kind of clocks the two of you and starts to walk up to you.
Well, fuck. I guess that plane goes out the window.
This is a person we met before?
Yeah, this is a person we met underground.
This is the person, the other technician / hacker.
It's your nemesis.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Oh, right. Okay, I got it.
She kind of walks up and says, "Oh, hi. Hey."
Hi. We were just admiring this beautiful ship.
I bet. Yeah. I I kind of came here to check out what was going on and maybe get ahead of Owen on this, but I'm surprised he hasn't shown up yet. Anyways, I think I probably need to talk to you all.
How so?
Is something the matter?
A little bit.
What's
And-
wrong?
That it's a matter of time before Owen figures out that you're here illegally and you're working for a murderer, but
Oh, what now? Wait, whoa. Slow down. What?
you're here illegally and you're working for a murderer.
No. I mean the second part. The what?
That it's a matter of time before Owen
No,
figures out.
the murderer part.
Oh, yeah. You're
What
working for a
murderer?
Timothy.
What?
He's wanted for murder on Minerva.
Does this any of this clock? Like, have I heard anything about this?
No.
I don't. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
I mean, none of the rest of you are wanted for murder or have even ever been to Minerva, as far as I can tell. So I think we're all right.
I've never done anything illegal before, so
I mean,
Yes,
except
we had all the correct paperwork, as far as we knew.
Mhm.
I mean, he just hired me on as a pilot. This is all I am. I'm a pilot.
Yeah, I understand paperwork is kind of one of those things where it's only going to get you out of trouble for a minute because it's immediately suspicious that you're carrying paperwork.
Pam, trust me, I do a lot of flights between trading and all that, so I have to have it on me. He just hired me on as a pilot. I had no idea that he was a murderer.
I think she understands that we're not part of this. What are we
Yeah.
going to do now?
I was hoping to talk to you all about that. Anyways, I think I can help you out, but I can't do it by myself, and it might require a bit of a change in your plans.
How so?
Why are you trying to help us?
That was my second question.
Do we need to talk to your whole group about it, or
No, we're in charge here.
okay? So I noticed that you all had a whole bunch of weapons, specifically pre-tech weapons that you found, and I may work for an organization that would be interested in buying those weapons.
I have worked in trade a lot, and I know how much those are worth.
Mhm.
At least they're ballpark amount. And if you're willing to pay, what organization is this, may I ask?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Clever girl. Can I do like a insight check on her?
Sure.
That'd be a notice?
Yeah, notice.
Can I try and connect with her and see if she's lying or trying to deceive us?
It's an 11.
I guess I don't need to roll, probably.
She seems to be pretty on the up and up.
Mhm. Like she's
I mean,
not trying to trap
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's something we can definitely work out. Can I change my voice back, please?
Go for it.
Wonderful. I'd be happy to work with you. We should gather the rest of our group. But first, if Owen is going to try to communicate with the outside to try and figure out who we are, we should probably stop that. That's why we were going to go on this ship and dismantle his ability to do so.
I think that might be a little too suspicious for you. If you show up and then he can't call home.
I never thought of that. It's pretty smart.
Scarra,
This
you're
is-
going to have to seduce him.
I don't think that's my role. I think that's more Ted's role.
I currently have the ship updating its firewall and its some of those kinds of
It
things.
is down for maintenance.
So we got about an hour before he's going to be able to look at it.
Then let us find our friends. Please,
so, from my
come this way.
gatherings, you don't want Owen to know, or are you
Correct.
I don't
independent
want
from
him to
him?
know about you all because okay. So, anyways, I'll explain it all when we talk to everybody because I don't want to explain it twice.
Okay. Lead on.
All right.
We lead on, I guess.
Okay. During the middle of this amazing lunch that just kind of keeps going on and on. It's a very long lunch at this point.
Erstwhile keeps going back into the line. Get more food.
Comes back to the table and there's always more people. People are like pulling up to other tables. It's like half the lunch tent at this point.
There I was, a barbecue sauce on my titties, and I said, Your Majesty, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
It gets a good laugh. Gets a good laugh, that story.
Yeah.
Right about the time you're finishing it, you see Neith, Scarra, and Pam walking up.
All right. Thank you, everyone. This has been great, but I do actually need to take time to eat some food and drink. So, if you'll excuse me, I do. We can pick this up later, but for now, please excuse me. And maybe
All right.
one last psychic thing on Owen, so he doesn't think to go check again.
Okay. Save.
Oh,
He passed.
well.
Owen, kind of laughing, gets up and just starts walking in the direction of where he was going before. Kind of actually gets up and like passes Neith and Scarra and Pam.
Gives a nod to the group and a very awkward smile.
Oh, hello.
I'm gonna drag Teddy and Erstwhile into another room.
Now
It's
what?
more just like away from the tent. There's not really other rooms.
Well, yeah, I meant outside where
Got
other
it.
people aren't. So, Pam has some news for all of us,
Oh.
and the fact that she has some pertinent information about our contractor, Jimothy, that we did not know before.
Apparently, he is a murderer.
What? Oh my god! Oh my! What? Oh no!
Gives Erstwhile a look. Did you actually know that?
Of course not. Oh god, is our trip even legitimate? Oh no, my faith is shaken.
No, what I'm saying is we don't need him anymore. Pam
Sorry?
here is offering to buy with a different group as long as we give up, I assume give up Jimothy.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not willing to help a murderer escape justice on this.
Oh, but you're also fuck the cops.
I mean, I want to have the group I work for buy the weapons that you have. And okay, so here's the thing. He's wanted for murder on Minerva. And so that means that so all his property will be auctioned off to pay restitutions to the victims of his crimes. So the relatives of the person he murdered, they'll get the money. And so if you all are also not allowed to get those weapons, it means all the weapons will be sold. And
So you don't care that we did a crime? Just checking.
not overly. I mean, none of you are murderers as far as I can tell.
Correct.
Correct.
I have never murdered anybody apart from wolves.
I always do my best to help out.
But anyways, yeah. So we need to do that. It's not going to be 100% foolproof because even if we make your stuff look legitimate, it's going to be tied up because he's going to own a portion of the weapons and whatnot. So we're going to have to do a little extra work after that. But I think we can do it. It shouldn't be too hard. Owen and Dr. Hughes are pretty reasonable people. He said he came down in a ship, right? So I mean, there's going to be more than enough money to pay restitutions on Minerva.
Speaking of Owen, I think he's going off to check right now. So
What about
Cool.
our Legoshi friend?
What, do you want him to shoot him?
Gods, no. I meant he should be in on this as well.
Ah. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like, yeah, they've worked together before, but I don't think there's any particular loyalties there.
I don't know if they have worked together before. Remember that conversation that they had on the ship when Jimothy was like, "Oh, we gotta fucking get down there," and then Legoshi was like, "If you want to fucking die, bitch." I think they haven't worked together before because Legoshi was like this dumb piece of shit. You know?
I also kind of felt like that. I think you're right as well.
Well,
Thank you.
Either way, I don't think he has any, loyalty outside of whatever contract there may be. And did I put a clause in my contract about null and void if you are found to be a murderer? I should add that.
Wasn't there before?
Was it a verbal or like a written contract?
Oh, there's a written contract.
Good.
I gotta protect my assets.
But this is the first Erstwhile actually laughs. Like after the whole lunch, it was just totally silent, and it's just like, that was good. I don't know, man. Sure, fucking whatever. I don't give a fuck as long as I get paid.
I guess
I also do not give a fuck as long as I get paid.
I would like to get paid, and I don't want to work with a murderer. So,
I mean, I was
I
already
could-
kind of planning on him taking the fall for all of us. So
I mean, I kind of assumed that when you said, "Oh, he's unconscious," we can put all the blame on him.
yeah,
Who's LB?
Hello. Sorry, I do not know what that was. Malfunction.
you're right over there.
Of course I am.
Alrighty, I think you might need to get a mechanic to look. Oh, wait.
Oh,
You can eat my whole asshole.
When and where?
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm
Scarra, I'm
joking.
gonna have to give you some pointers about when it is acceptable to make those kinds of flirtatious comments. It is a professional skill at this point and not one that you take on lightly.
I don't make those kind of comments ever, so I don't know. Okay, let's move on right swiftly from that.
That's the most English thing you've said.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying my best.
Panicking. I'm panicking.
Okay, we're just making this.
So what all do you need from us, Pam? Like,
I'll need Neith's help. We're gonna hack in and change some credentials for you all. That might not overly help because it might be determined that your contracts are null and void because Jimothy would have had to lie. So even if he legitimately hired you, those contracts might not be valid because he wouldn't have been legally able to do so. So anyways, we're gonna need to do that. The hack will keep you guys out of jail. And then we're gonna have to convince Owen and Dr. Hughes to let you keep the weapons. And not just get your cut of the money. Because cut of the money means the Atlantis government sells it, and you guys will have to wait in litigation for some amount of time while Minerva determines how much of it you are owed, if any.
wow, I
That
hate
sounds
for me.
just terrible.
It really does.
Man.
It's two different legal systems having to work together on this. It's going to be a whole thing.
Yuck.
I don't
We'll
really
follow
like the
your
sound of any
lead.
of that, but
Just let
Well,
me know where you need me.
Yeah, so Neith and I can go do this, and you guys just need to, once Owen comes back from determining what's going on and fills you in on what's happened, that, oh no, Jimothy's a murderer, and so
Oh
sad,
God!
too
What?
bad.
Oh no!
I feel like I'm being mocked right now.
You'll have to find a way to convince him to let you keep the weapons.
Teddy.
Okay, I can maybe come up with something for that. Okay.
So I know there's also, there's just good old fashioned talk it out, but there's also a lot of stuff around here that needs doing. So you might be able to do
Ugh.
something like that.
Oh my
But-
God.
Physical labor, are you sure?
It'd be more than that. It'd be more up your skill set, right?
My skill set is
Um,
kind of, I'm kind of grounded right now. My skill
But
set is
anyways.
more in space than down here.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. All I'm saying is, if it'll largely depend on. Anyways, we'll see how Owen handles it.
Mhm.
I don't like leaving the fate of my life in one man's hands, one
Seems
military
like a
man's
nice
hands.
guy.
Does he?
He's pretty nice, but he's also pretty by the book.
Ugh, I
So-
noticed.
I think that our hands are mostly in Teddy's hands, right?
Eddie's boss.
Hey.
I mean, he's got full finger
Oh,
articulation.
okay.
It's the feet that are more rabbit-like.
Think Lola
Right.
Bunny.
I don't know. I don't think Teddy's nearly as sexy.
Oh, he is.
Give
I
yourself
drew
some credit.
him. I drew him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alex, make it real roll 20 picture so I can see it.
No, I haven't downloaded it yet. It would be a whole thing.
No.
Z, you did not tell me it was the final version.
You said it looked good.
I thought maybe there was another phase to it.
It was
Hey, no. Alex doesn't know art. Like, he doesn't know what goes into making art. Like, obviously, he is.
Have you seen
just
my
a
crappy
pleb.
art?
He's
It's
just
beautiful.
See, it's beautiful. Did you see the glistening tentacles that are coming from my character's head? She does an amazing job, guys. That's why we love you and we love your art.
cute.
Alex,
I really appreciate that. Thank you, LV. I appreciate that.
you're welcome.
And you guys should come back next
All
week
right.
to see them live on stream.
Yeah. Not
Uh,
next week, the week after. But
week
yeah.
after.
Yeah, 2 weeks. All right. Speaking of, it is probably not a bad time for a break.
Yeah.
It's our normal
yeah.
break time, right?
Yeah,
We'll
we're
come
a little
back,
bit
get
past
some
it, but
some hack and rolls.
yeah, there's some stuff happening. We may have a slightly extended break as there are situations that need tending to. So we'll be back when we're all set and good to go. But that means it's a good time for you to go stretch, get some water, get some snacks, take your meds, even go on a walk. And once again, if you have the spare funds available and would like to help donate to a good cause, we are running our donation campaign that, once again, we are matching up to $1,000 in funds. So however much you donate, as long, that amount will be doubled. So right now we are sitting at $300 for the campaign, which means $600 total donation. So we thank you all, everyone who has donated thus far, and we should still be running this donation campaign for the next week or so. We'll be talking about it on all our streams and such, and I'm vamping to kill time, but yeah, I think that's it. So, we'll be back when we are able. Oh, look, there's a kitten tax. One of the many that are plaguing LB's house right now.
About to be more, apparently.
Yep. So we'll be back when we're all ready to go. So thanks for hanging with us. We'll be back real soon. Welcome back, Internet, and thank you for bearing with us on our extended break. But we had situations that needed taking care of, and they are now taken care of. So, we're ready to get back and take care of these situations here. Yeah, we'll get back to it. We'll do other spiel stuff for end of the show.
All right. So I think we'll start with Neith. Let's get you. You kind of follow Pam to a tent, and she pulls out from her equipment some rather sophisticated looking stuff. And you immediately kind of recognize this is going to allow her to kind of interact with Atlantis proper. It's small though, so it's smaller than probably what you've seen on Atlantis. This equipment, this broadcasting equipment. So it's good. It's high quality. And yeah, she sits down to help with the hack.
All right.
So yeah.
Should I roll some program or roll some thing? Well, it'd be programming.
Program, yeah. Okay.
That's a 9.
All right. Not bad. So yeah, I think between you and Pam, and you got like, almost an hour to get it done. You're really just taking the information that Jimothy has and making it look legitimate and going in and filling in the stuff that is supposed to be filled in. And actually just having to upload it into the system at all is kind of the big thing that you're having to do.
Yeah. Okay.
But it works. You all now appear to be legitimate in your scavenging.
That was easy.
Yeah, it's really not too bad. Also, I have like passwords and stuff to get us into that. So
yes.
Is something the matter?
I'm sorry. This voice isn't very good at enunciating. Would you prefer another one?
I mean, no, it's fine.
Wonderful. It has been a pleasure working with you.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess let's tell everyone else.
Of
Or
course.
actually, you know what? I'll leave you alone. It might be weird if I'm hanging out with all of you all the time. So, come talk to me later.
Of course. Goodbye.
Bye.
Neith walks away.
She packs up her stuff and leaves.
Did we already figure out like how we are selling our stuff to Pam's buyers, or does that still need to be straightened out?
Still needs to be straightened out.
Okay. So I guess I'm just trying to figure out, because we don't want Owen to, claim all of it, but was Pam saying that basically that's going to happen, and so we have to convince him to not do that?
Yeah, you're gonna have to convince him not to make the guns and everything a part of the legal process of what's happening to Jimothy. Just to basically leave them off of his reports.
Gotcha. Okay. Right. Okay. So
I'm just gonna not say nothing.
yeah. I spent a few hours with him. I kind of have a sense for him, so I think I'd have an idea of how to approach this. But I guess for now we should probably just keep going about our business and be ready to be surprised when he wants to talk with us.
Well, I'm gonna go stare at Jimothy's unmoving body.
Try not to kill him in his sleep. We still need him alive as a scapegoat.
I would never.
Erstwhile.
We do need a body to throw
All
into the
right,
bus.
I won't. God.
Should we explain this to Jimothy? Sorry, no, not Jimothy, to Legoshi?
I can do that. He's over there with fucking Jimothy. But I
Okay.
gotta go do hot girl shit. I mean, doctor shit.
Mm-hmm. I
Alright.
have no idea what to do.
Did you get yourself some food? It's pretty tasty.
Not yet. No, I don't think. Yeah, I can't think on an empty stomach. Sure, I'll go get some food.
All right. You and Teddy eat your lunch. I imagine Teddy didn't actually get to eat much of his as he was entertaining.
Yeah.
Erstwhile you go, Jimothy is still there, still unconscious. Legoshi's just kind of sitting down in a chair, not like next to, or not Jimothy. Legoshi's kind of sitting down in a chair not right next to Jimothy, but kind of, he can see him. And he's kind of just reading something on his compad.
How's the armory growth looking?
It's looking good. Like
Nice.
it's yeah.
Proud of it.
He's over a third of the way there.
Gorgeous. Hey, Legoshi, what's up?
You know, I'm just doing a little reading, and he puts it down. How's things going on your end?
Pretty good, pretty good. Anyone else hanging out with us in here, David?
There's like some hospital staff around, or
Mhm.
doctor's tent stuff around. Just a couple of nurses, a couple of doctors. So we
Pretty
can
good.
let's pop out and grab a smoke.
Oh my God, yes. Fuck yeah. Okay, let's go. And once we're outside, hey, Legoshi, so it turns out Jimothy's a fucking murderer. Don't know
Right.
if you knew that. I didn't know that. We didn't know that. Obviously, we knew we were doing crime, but he's a fucking murderer. And Pam found that out. The redhead, the hacker one. Yeah, so she found it out, told us she wants to help us keep the weapons so they don't get confiscated, and then she's got to buy it for them so that we still get paid, and then fuck Jimothy. How you feel about that?
I'm pretty all right with that.
Yeah, kind of thought you would be. What are your thoughts and feelings on the matter now that I've just fire hosed it at you?
On what the what's happening now? I'm
Yeah,
fine with
basically
it.
the new plan.
New
You
plan's
have any
good.
thoughts? I respect your judgment.
My judgment is I know about as much of the new plan as I did the old plan, so no difference to me.
Yeah, good. I mean, if you thought that I didn't really explain it very good or without many details, it's because I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, we're selling them to buyers we don't know
Mm-hmm.
for who knows how much money. I mean, same thing, right?
Yeah, it's just this time there's a little, to me, there seems to be like an added element of more risk of potentially getting arrested. Whereas before I felt pretty confident that wouldn't happen, but now there's
I mean, I don't know.
cops.
Jimothy's already arrested, so I think
Right, but
Jimothy's
like we're also like associated.
see how it
No?
goes.
Okay, cool.
I mean, this place isn't overly secure. They've secured the place against wildlife. If we need to get out of here, we can pretty easily make our way to a ship. And
I love that confidence. Okay, great. Love to hear it.
I mean, I don't know if everyone will survive, but if we have to,
You know, I've been feeling pretty stabby all morning, so I'm really relieved to hear you say that it might actually come to that. Cool. So I'm gonna hang out with Chew and or just around so that Teddy can do his chatting and I will be myself.
all right.
Good talk. Bye.
All right. A little while goes by, approximately an hour or so, when Owen shows back up. Around the time he's walking up to the lunch tent, erstwhile, you see a few of these military guys basically walk up to Jimothy, and he's on his, hospital bed, and they handcuff him to the hospital bed, and kind of just one of them stays there and the other one leaves.
Trying to decide if I should engage and put up a front of shock. I'm just gonna sit and stare.
All right. It looks like this guy hasn't been told to tell you what's going on, so he's just kind of occasionally staring over at you, but
Fantastic.
he's just standing guard over Jimothy.
I'm just gonna be an uncomfortable living Sphinx angel, just sitting there staring without any emotion on my face at all, and just try and make this guy feel as awkward as possible.
It
That's
looks
the way
like
I
it's
entertain
working.
myself. Yes.
Based off of his facial expressions and body
Lovely.
language.
Good.
All right. Teddy and Scarra, Neith, what are you doing while this is going on?
Boy, I don't really think I have anything to do as far as like job wise. So I will go get food with Scarra.
Okay. So you're at the table eating lunch when probably finishing up your lunch when Owen shows up. And he just, hey, I needed to talk to you all real quick. I'll have to fill in the rest later.
What about?
What's going on, Owen?
So there's a bit of a hiccup. I was updating my commanding officer as to what was going on here and whatnot, and we ran Jimothy's papers that he had, and they mostly checked out, but sadly, Jimothy is wanted for murder on Minerva. There was recently kind of a scandal there. I don't know if you read about it or not, but a whole body disposal ring was kind of shut down and whatnot. And it looks like Jimothy had a bit of a hand in that. So
Body just.
Ooh.
I'm sorry,
So,
as an Echo, I have no idea what that means. What do you?
So a guy was a captain of a garbage ship. So basically, they took garbage and dropped it off at Minerva's gas giant down there, and it turns out the guy running it was disposing of bodies, dropping them into their gas giant.
I think Scarra would have an actual genuine, because he doesn't look into the kind of stuff very much, a genuine look of shock. He already knew that he was a murderer, but the genuinity kind of is important here.
The guy running it was he got killed. He had hired on a crew, and they responded to an SOS, and he tried to hijack the ship on the SOS. Ended up getting himself killed, and whole thing blew up. Found a bunch of bodies on board the ship, and it's kind of a mess. But anyways, they going through his stuff. They found a few payments confirmed to be from our Jimothy here. So I'm not surprised. He probably not even aware he's wanted for murder, honestly. I'm kind of doing a Lugosi voice still. But so yeah, he's just he's fucked. He's in a lot of trouble.
Oh my God! He did the murder of the people doing the murder cleanup, or he was making use of the murder cleanup services? I'm just trying to figure out how.
He was making use of the murder cleanup services.
Okay.
Looks like he paid for a few bodies over the past couple of years.
Oh. Well, I don't know if that's worse or. I mean, it's all very bad.
It's probably a good thing we figured this out for you guys, because I mean, this guy, he has a way of disposing of bodies, and I don't think he would want to pay you if he didn't have to, right?
Well, this certainly explains why he's so trigger happy.
Oh, gods. I mean, yeah, he was probably going to kill us all on the way back.
I kept telling him how much this kind of stuff was. Oh my God.
Am I a light enough sleeper that I would have woken up if he tried to smother me in my sleep? Teddy is having like a mini existential crisis over here of like, I was sharing a bed with him.
Ah!
How would
I'm
that
gonna-
have gone?
I'm gonna give Teddy the awkward pat on the back, like it's all right.
Neith has just been sitting here with their mask off as they've been eating. So like they can't say anything. They're just like eyebrows. A lot of eyebrows.
I thought,
right.
for some reason in my brain, Neith. I pictured Neith eating like you break up a bunch of breadcrumbs and then put it in the mask.
I
Just
think it's because we
turn it
made
into
that
fish
joke
food?
first session. We made the joke first session that she's like a knob that like dumps fish.
Yeah.
It's not a timer. It's just fun. No, she actually has to place food in her maw.
Yeah.
It's a lot of teeth
Teeth.
and Neith.
All right, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. We'll have to do an inventory of y'all's cargo and figure it out because since it's Minerva, it's kind of a complicated deal. But at the very least, I expect you'll get paid out your contracts, whatever those were. They might be a little more towards the minimum than what you were expecting.
Okay.
I mean, none of us gear was from Minerva.
Yeah, but they got a lot of restitutions to make, and Minerva is pretty trigger happy on reclaiming or on seizing property of murderers.
Okay.
He wasn't
but-
even the one that grabbed those.
Yeah, so it was not Jimothy's, ownership had yet to be established, and Jimothy was also the least helpful in the whole ordeal. He was the one who got, angered the wolves and drew their attention in the first place. So I think he would have gotten, the smallest share out of it anyway. Oh, this is a lot to take in, but
Okay. Give me a talk check on that.
okay. It's a good thing I bumped this up to 0. Charisma presumably that's an 11.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Helps when you roll a 4 and a 6.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, that's definitely something we can put in to consideration here. And it's not completely up to Minerva here. There's other governments at work, and the Atlantis government has very different laws on these things. My expectation is that contractually speaking, the cargo you found is owned by the company that Jimothy is running, right? And so his company is being liquidated to pay for his victims. It's kind of more what's going on. Now, I'm more than happy to describe the situation and try and make sure that in terms of the Atlantis government that you're paid out the percentages for this cargo that you would have been paid anyways.
That's
It's going to be a decent amount. The Atlantis government will probably what we'll do is we'll probably either sell it, or depending on the quality of the cargo, they may buy it themselves. This is
yeah, I was gonna say some of it might be of use for you all here if you can get
If
it.
you can get it
Yeah.
fixed up, that definitely would work, honestly.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, if any of it's functioning, you'd get a pretty penny for it. The only issue I would see on that is you're not going to be bidding. They're not bidding for it, right? So they'll pay you a market price for broken technology, but it's still going to be better than.
If I may, since Jimothy was not doing good business and he is a criminal, would that not therefore put the ownership of the weapons into our company, since we were the ones who founded it?
your do you have a company? Do you have legal paperwork? Does the company have a right to scavenge here? How about you can give me a talk check to see if he's more open to this idea.
I shouldn't be doing this.
No.
What is it? A wisdom or a charisma based?
Well, I'll allow charisma or intelligence.
Oh boy, intelligence, please, and thank you. All right, let's go. Oh baby, that's a 9.
Hey, that's a
Come on.
success.
It's well, so yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
tiers, it's target
Yeah.
numbers, right?
Not true, but
So we're 6
There's
is the
like-
lowest, 14 is generally considered the highest. And it goes in increments of 2.
in the middle, hell yeah.
So it's not bad.
Hmm. I'm just thinking because
How about this? You guys have a company, you're saying now, right? If you were to start that company and I were to hire your company to go do something and you happen to find those guns there, then I think you'd all be good, right? Everything would be on the up and up. It'd be legal. You'd clear customs with your new stuff.
agreed.
And
We would just need a name.
and clearly, given the that communication back to Atlantis is a little difficult. It will be, it will take time to get the paperwork in order and get us properly incorporated as an LLC. And Teddy probably just goes on like some actual like business jargon for a little bit, and it's mostly correct.
You know,
I
at
don't
one
have-
point, Scarra his LLC and then completely zones out.
Yeah. So I don't know a lot about the business side of things there. But sounds good. Sounds like you know what you're doing. And yeah, I mean, we can have maybe Dr. Hughes can help you out there. But I can legally hire your group. You don't have to be incorporated as a thing. You're here on the continent legally as scavengers. I can hire you outside of Jimothy. I think that's well within my ability, and you guys can work on all that paperwork later. I mean, you'll have to do it before you leave. You'll have to pay your taxes and whatnot, but I think that'll get you what you need. So here's the thing: there's a few things y'all could do for us. I wouldn't dare ask you to do all of them. I'll let you pick. There's we got a transit hub down the ways that we haven't really been able to get into. There's some local wildlife that's taken up shelter there, and we were hoping you could we need someone to go in and plant a device that'll drive them out, so we can excavate that transit hub. There's one of these buildings over this way, over kind of north of us here. Buildings, pretty much rubble, but we've been digging into the basement and we've hit a bit of a snag. Seems to be some active pre-tech there, as there's a force field in the way. Can't get through it, but if maybe you guys could figure out a way around or through or something like that, and shut that thing down so we could get in and excavate further, that'd do the trick. And then the other one is we haven't found one of our main targets here. It's a few kilometers down to the west. It's their biology. It's some kind of biology field office of sorts where they they kept animals on site and did some work on those. That's of great interest to us. Is that they might have some significant data that would have been recorded of animals pre and post scream and their changes. Could help us could help us understand a little bit more of what's going on down here and maybe find a way to reverse it. But
You want to reverse the scream effect?
well, not the scream itself, but maybe find something we could introduce into the atmosphere that would make all the animals not be so murdery and psychic and mutated. I don't know.
That
Long
is a-
shot. I'm not a scientist.
That is a fair goal, but I mean, I'm not a scientist myself, but I can predict that won't take, a couple months. It'll probably take at least a decade.
I mean, we've been dealing with it for 600 years. I'd be fine with it being done in a decade.
No, that's very true, I guess.
Okay, so the transit hub is within the encampment already, or
Yep, transit hub and the force field are both here. We could point you out to them. The transit hub has got a pretty big berth to it, as we don't want to get too close.
yeah, I hope it's not like wolves, or do we have an idea of what kind of wildlife is there?
No, so it's kind of it's these rodents. They're kind of a hassle. They kind of dangerous. So we've lost a few people to them, and more than a couple of robots.
Oh dear.
We're not sure what happened to them, but their signals are gone. Can't find any trace of them.
That does sound rather dangerous. I mean, I think it's something that we as a company will have to discuss and figure out what sounds like it most falls in line with our skill sets.
All right. Yeah. You guys take your time. No rush on this, right? We're going to be out here for a few months. So if you guys need a few days or whatever to figure out what you're going to do, you take it. We'll probably be, I'm going to be sending over some guys to secure Jimothy's ship. But we'll get you a ride out of here when it's time for you to leave.
All right. Yes, that is very much appreciated.
Did anyone inside this motherfucker?
Nick, I want to insight him if he's going to allow us to leave.
Yeah, and I can do the telepathic contact on him.
So is that a notice?
Yeah, notice for insight.
Okay, wisdom 7.
All right. I mean, he's not giving you any indication that he's lying or going to betray you or anything like that.
Does he seem like he's intentionally keeping us here?
No. He basically just said, stay here as long as you want. You can leave whenever you feel like it. But
once you've done.
But if you want to keep the cargo, you need to do the work.
Yeah. Okay. And if I spend effort to do telepathic contact, and he gets a mental saving throw first, but if he fails,
All
just
right.
is everything on the up and up with what he's been saying?
Okay. Owen. Saving throw.
Oof.
Oh.
Well,
He's hard to read.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. What do I still get anything otherwise? So I get emotional states in a target without the save.
And you get the languages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the language isn't an issue. I already know the language.
All right. Emotional state wise, he's kind of excited that you guys might take care of one of these things that he's looking to have done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, nothing that Teddy's gonna immediately call out to the group, and later with the when we do break off to discuss, just shares that.
All right. Yeah, he'll kind of leave you to it, and kind of just sorry how everything turned out here. That sucks that your boss is a murderer, but at least you're probably not going to get murdered by him. So
It is, generally how I prefer to end my jobs is unmurdered.
I get it. All
Thank
right.
you
Well, yeah.
for your
a good one.
cooperation.
Hey, yeah, anytime. You guys have a good one. He kind of just goes, I'm over near the command tents, and kind of points towards it. It's right near where Neith and Scarra you were for where the ships are parked.
I saw some ships, one of which was very impressive. I would like to get a look in its undercarriage at some point with supervision.
I would also like to have a look at the inside of that frigate as a pilot myself. It looks very impressive.
We quite enjoy ships.
Yeah. Maybe we can give you a tour then. Yeah. I'll have to talk to my engineer. Maybe he can let you look at some of the stuff. Some of it's probably going to be a little classified, so I don't know if we'll be able to let you look at all of it, but we'll see what we can do.
Are they hot? Apologies. Are they knowledgeable?
I think Scarra just generally starts laughing.
I mean, yeah, they're going to be knowledgeable. I mean, I sure hope they're knowledgeable. They're the chief engineer on the ship. But as to the first question,
You do not need to answer that question.
Okay.
It was a miscalculation by my equipment.
Very classy.
All right. Well, hey, you guys have a great day. And yeah, I'll be over there. I've already kind of taken care of most of what I need to do today. So
Goodbye.
he walks off.
I'm so glad I picked this voice.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand, this new deal will not interfere with the deal that Pam made with us, because if
Yeah.
we do the job, we get to keep the loot. Otherwise, we could just forfeit the loot and have Atlantis take it and divvy us what we maybe should have gotten. Or if we do the job, we get the loot and are in full control of it to then sell to
We also
Pam.
potentially make a company.
Yes. Which is probably going to be useful anyway.
Yeah, I think it would be useful. At least even if we did do illegal jobs, we still have, a legitimate name to go under.
Yeah. And, it's the Serenity crew did, legit jobs in between the crime. So,
I think we should try and claim ownership over this loot just so we can sell it and then potentially have a ship. Would be good quality as well.
Yep.
Because obviously Jimothy's ship is being confiscated.
mm-hmm.
So we can't have that awesome ship.
Yeah. All right. So, do we want to discuss the jobs in character or out of character?
A bit of both. Well, so sorry. For memory's sake, can you go over the jobs again?
Okay.
Just
Sure.
in brief.
I'll let David.
There is a transportation hub that they're trying to get into that is overrun by some psychic wildlife, some kind of rodents that seem to have maybe killed everything they've sent in, destroyed them without a trace. There's no signal and no bodies.
Rodents.
And they want you to basically sneak in and plant a device that will drive out the rodents. The other one is one of the buildings to the north has been destroyed, but there seems to be an intact pre-tech device in its basement, as they've found like a hallway to the basement, and there's a force field blocking them from entering it. So they want you to either find a way through the force field or around it, and get in and shut down the force field. and the other is to a few kilometers to the west. There is a biology field lab that they have yet to find. They know it's there because that's where it was on the maps, but they want to find it and just see if there's any useful data that might have survived this time on the animal life before the screen and after.
I would like to do the fastest job possible. I do not like being here.
I must agree with you.
In that case, we probably want to do one of the two that's on the camp. So it's a question of, I mean, there's the force field, which is almost certainly going to be all up to Neith. I don't know how the rest of us can really help with that.
Or the rodent gig.
Yes, which sounds
Is-
more dangerous, but the rest of us may be able to do something with.
Hmm.
Of course, I would prefer the one where there is the least chance of me dying.
I agree. I mean, Erstwhile, you seem opposed. You seem like you want to rush into danger head first.
I'm not there.
Oh, wait,
oh
you are.
shit!
We
Oh,
would
yeah, of course you
collect
are.
Erstwhile and
Yes.
explain and
Okay, well, in that case, wow, you guys really seem to just like have no respect for Erstwhile, none. Just like, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh yeah, why am I here? Why was I gonna get paid? God,
Well,
No
I'm the
respect.
pilot. It's not like I'm doing much down here either.
I'm just saying, you keep making these comments like, oh fuck, we're gonna get hurt. Oh no, we're gonna die. What? Hello,
pain
But
is
what if
still
we get split up
pain.
from you?
Jimothy is actively regrowing an arm right now because of who? Who?
Erstwhile.
You ain't gonna fucking die on my watch.
Just
Well,
because we will not be dying does not mean it will not be painful.
Eh,
That is the part that I wish to avoid.
that's
I have
fair.
no doubt that your skills are above capable. I have seen
Amen.
them in person.
Thank you. Thank you.
However, if it is between getting injured and having to have you do things to fix it and not, I would prefer not.
I respect that.
Listen, Erstwhile, if you really want to inflict pain and have injuries to mend, you and I can have a conversation later, maybe write up a contract. But that's less pertinent to the details right here and now.
Just wait till
Hi.
Jimothy recovers and hurt him a bunch and then bring him back to life.
Sadism isn't really my thing. Also, he's probably gonna be in jail.
I mean, I'm sure he deserves it though. So, what's the plan, Stan?
Who's Stan?
It sounds like force field basement to me, even though I, for one, would love to see these
I mean,
murderous rats personally.
We can't really help on that, can we? I mean, the three of
No,
us,
we
that
can't.
is.
And from what I understand from what you told me, it's not just going to be like hack the force field because the force field generator is somewhere deeper in there that we're not getting into. We have to figure out a way into the place that is making the
Correct.
force field.
Most
So,
of my job will be done once we are inside.
yeah, so we'll still have shit to do. Maybe
It'll
there'll
probably
be
be like-
murderous rats in there.
Maybe there's other rats. Maybe there's other things down there protecting that'll need a team of 4/5 if Legoshi's joining us.
Maybe there's some really high ceilings and you'll be able to fly around. I'm just saying. Maybe we all get something that we want.
And
I'm sure an omnipotent force would not allow it to just be one thing.
That'd be boring as fuck, right?
that's
No one would want to watch that.
that's a very interesting philosophy on life. And there's an ancient Earth being that they referred to that sort of complex with, I think, True Person. the true person entertainment or something. I don't know. We don't have great records from back then. But okay, so it sounds like we do force field basement. Maybe we can't even get in, and we're like, oh, sorry, Owen, we couldn't get in, and then we go and do
Money,
the.
please. Oh,
I
the other
think then
drop.
we have to go and do the psychic rodents.
Right. What time is it in the day?
It's lunchtime
Um,
still.
Yeah, it's like maybe 2 p.m.
All right. Do you want to go over that during now? Do
Well,
you want to grab a Legoshi, have him join us?
I mean, this is still the same day where we fought and some of us nearly died against the wolves. We should maybe rest today and tackle this tomorrow.
Are any of us hurt?
I mean, physically, no, but
Oh,
So what
Teddy, you're so caring. Oh my god. That's so sweet. Just
I mean,
Maybe
some of
the
us literally have a
emotional
bushy tail that
damage.
we need to be bright-eyed for.
that's really cute. I mean that respectfully.
What happens if your tail is not bushy?
Well, then I feel like I can't perform as well as I otherwise might.
Oh, I was referring to myself.
Oh, well, for you, I don't know that your tail is really bushy. It seems much more scaly and sleek.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
if our tail can be bushy. I think that'd be concerning at that point.
Yeah, probably some
Yes.
kind of fungus growing on it or something.
Correct.
Wow.
That happened in my youth.
And is that normal for your people, or is this an embarrassing story?
No, my people, when you go through the reproductive age, you she starts going out. I'm not going to do a whole speech about it. It's very disgusting and very like factual.
I mean, Teddy and
I think
Erstwhile,
Scarra at
probably
one point
all-
just walks away and grabs his rope.
Just not. Erstwhile's just taking notes.
Yeah, oh, good to know. Oh,
Literally
that
during
felt like
as soon as she
how?
starts going into that, Scarra just walks away and gets some coffee.
Get a whole lecture on mer people puberty. And
It's
right.
nasty.
But yeah, just briefly out of character, I have spent psychic effort, which may be useful for whatever it is we encounter. So being able
Oh,
to
you
rest
don't get
before
that back at the end of the scene?
Not yet. So some of the stuff I do has to be for the day at this point.
I was like, I'm good. Because I didn't heal Jimothy. I just kept him from dying. And that was 0 effort, baby.
Yeah,
Do
no,
non-psychics get effort?
no.
Okay,
'cause it
just making
is
sure.
for psychic techniques, I think.
Yeah.
I have a thing called system strain, but that's for like getting cybernetic implants and stuff like that.
Or if I
Yeah,
like
I have
hella
that,
heal
but
you
it's not
with some of my other
technically
stuff.
built-in character, so
Hmm.
Yeah, but
technically no.
I guess I could sleep.
yeah. Plus, I suppose there is the other things that I can start working on, which is my facile mind and transmit thought. I'm not saying that oh, we're just going to be able to get this by tomorrow, but we can start building these connections that allow me to do the free psychic communication between us all.
Hmm.
Love it.
Yeah.
Good talk. No notes. Everyone communicated very well. Proud of this teamwork. A+.
We do make a fascinating and well-oiled machine of a team.
We have certainly, well, that's what we're hired for, right? To be 4 separate
Efficient.
roles and being able to do different things, but still be useful for the group.
Oh,
We are fulfilling our purpose.
hey,
And now we
Lugoshi.
don't have some scumbag Jimothy holding us back, so
We do
Hey, Lugoshi.
require his
Oh.
funds.
Oh, hey, Lugoshi, who I just dragged over here. You want to join our company?
I don't know. What does your company pay?
If
whatever
the-
we sell, this
the
lots
effort
of
you
goods
put in
for.
is the money you get out. So, like,
I
if I do
mean-
fuck all dragon shit, then I don't get none.
I'll join you for for this, as we've already been working on it, and I'd like to get paid for this job, but I like to work a job by job basis.
You're like a
Okay.
mercenary?
We'll convince you.
It's a little bit more of a steady income.
We'll convince you.
You say so.
I mean, I'm sure depending on what we do after this job, we'll get plenty the paycheck. So
I
Mhm.
just
and
want
from
to
there
make
we can
David
work on getting
voice
higher
negotiate
jobs
forever.
and more income.
I mean, sure. We'll see how it goes.
If we can accumulate so many NPC friends, then we'll have David doing different voices for all of our NPC friends in our company, and that sounds great to me.
Mhm.
At one
David
point, will just be
slightly
David just
adjusting
talking to
his-
himself.
David's just slightly adjusting his voice for each one. We'll never know, guys. I love you. Oh, we need Scruffy back. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm down for this.
Hire Scruffy. Oh no.
He was a very old man that we we saved, we helped in
Yeah.
the last Tuesday game.
Was he the really cybernetic-y one? The weirdly
No.
I think the last game they did was a Call of Cthulhu / other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
there was
It's,
some dude in the backyard who had like half of a computer on his face, I think. That's how I
What?
pictured it. It was like all chippy and like, was that, am I wrong?
He had his face exploded. There was a guy.
What?
There was a guy who got shot.
Okay, I thought there was a weird messenger dude who showed up in your backyard and he had like
Oh,
chips
yeah,
and-
yeah.
Oh,
That-
no,
yes.
no.
Okay.
That was from
Oh
the
my
guy.
god.
Yeah.
I was like,
That-
I invented a whole episode apparently.
Yeah.
No, those guys we couldn't save. We were not gonna fuck with
no,
those
no.
aliens. It's just like, okay, yeah, this is a regrettable loss, but
As long as they're not
Anyway.
suffering. Anyway.
That's my goal in aggressively hiring Legoshi.
Mhm.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
All right. So it sounds like Legoshi's in for this current mission. And you can renegotiate contracts later.
Get him.
So I guess I just have a bunch of evidence now on my person in regards of Jimothy's combat.
That's fine.
What should I do with this?
Ooh, you could sell that, I bet. Oh man, if it's got like the receipts of the people he was talking to that he was gonna sell to, that's money.
would I
Money,
sell that
baby.
to?
I don't fucking know
Or-
the cops.
They would not purchase it. We could
Well,
I really just confiscate it.
we could give it to the police in an effort to get goodwill with them. So when we break the law in the future, they will not be so harsh with us.
Contacts. Good idea. I have a lot of contacts on Alanis. Getting one more won't hurt.
Thank you.
Hurt.
I'm very intelligent.
you
I
are.
don't doubt it.
and that goes without saying.
Thank you.
I just thought it was a fact at this point.
I just
that
like
is
money.
why I said it.
But yes, Scar, it is still sometimes nice to tell people things they already know about themselves, but in a complimentary manner so as to make them feel better about themselves.
Teddy, you gorgeous
Huh.
baby.
I know. I am
you
professional,
are,
so
you are able to fly.
Regrettably so. I don't think reminding me with the fact that I have robot legs is exactly a compliment, but sure.
I meant a ship.
Oh, right. Yes. That too.
All right. So it sounds like you're going to rest and tackle this thing fresh in the morning.
yes.
Yeah.
But I think before we fully break off in game for the evening, Teddy is gonna like gather anyone who wants, being like, okay, we need to brainstorm a company name so that we can be, make this all legitimate. And so whoever wants
Nest.
to,
Tens. That's our initials.
Good.
Scarra
Good
and
starting
Co.
point.
Wow.
Scaraco.
That's very
Scaraco.
cute. Wow.
Morocco.
Mascaro.
Mascara.
Mascaco.
Oh no, I was kind of thinking of something like, a fluffy scales or something, because two of us at least are fluffy. Neith has the scales, and scale is almost like Scarra. It's
What if we called ourselves the Hell Riders?
I like that.
The Destructors?
I also like that.
The Bloodletters?
Bit on the nose.
Oh, what if it was just like criminals? So people be like, "Are you criminals?" And we're like, "Yeah."
that might get legally complicated.
Oh,
We could put it like criminals, but like as in like an acronym, so it actually stands for something.
criminals with a K. I hear you.
Retribution Inc.
What are we retributing?
It does
Never
not matter.
need to.
It is just a name. Like a tattoo. It does not need to mean something.
Do we need to have a name? We could just have a symbol or logo.
I mean,
I've seen some groups do that before.
yeah, but it's also, I'm just thinking about whoever's gonna have to do all the paperwork, and putting it into Compad is easier to type out a name than to upload a custom image.
Correct. We will think on it and get back later. Everyone write down 5 ideas.
Man, I am bad with names. Both Mecca and Scarra.
Yeah, he suggested his name 3 times.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah. I mean, Teddy would just start throwing out stuff that gets more and more nonsensical for however long people continue to humor him.
I thought
Shipping
that
and receiving.
was great. Oh,
All right. Do we want to keep thinking of company names, or is
I'm
this
gonna
where
need, I'm gonna need to actually
we fade?
brainstorm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
actually need to
Alright.
brainstorm.
All right. So we kind of we in the session, the group stays up maybe a little bit too late, thinking of a company name, which we will find out later. All right. So you guys will get your 3 experience, so that means you are going to level up to level 4 for next time.
Alright.
Before you go do the the next mission.
We'll probably need at least the hit points for. Who knows what else we get at level 4?
I don't know.
Skills.
Every time we level up.
You don't get skills. You all will get base attack bonus ups, and I think that's it. You don't get another foci until level 5. So
Okay. And us partial psychics have the thing where we have to spend at least some of it on psychic stuff.
yeah, you got to spend at least 1 point on your psychic stuff. Experts get an extra point that has to be spent on non-combat. And yeah, our warriors get their +2 hit points to their hit die. All that good stuff. Let's see. Let me get everyone's names.
how many points per skill?
So it goes up as you increase the skills. It's
If I
like 1
wanted
point to get it to
buy-
0, 2 points to get it to 1, 3 points to get it to 2, and that's as
Oh,
high
there
as you
it
guys
is.
can go right now.
Oh, I can't get my biopsionics higher than
So,
that. That's a
Do we get 1 point and then experts get 2, is it? Or
So everyone gets 3 skill points.
three skill
Experts
points
get
full.
full, and experts get an extra one that they have to spend on non-combat.
Can that be spent on the base attributes?
No, it has to be on a non-combat skill, that extra point. And you can save the points, right? You guys can always save your points to buy stuff. You're going to need them for later. There's going to be levels where you literally don't spend any of your skill points because you'll need them to up the skills you want to up. But yeah, all right. Do we want to do a stars and wishes?
Yeah.
Sure.
right. Okay. Who's first?
Let's see. I will go. So let's see. My star tonight, I think, is going to go to uh, LB and the switching the different Neith voices and trying to be, going from the robot-y computer one to the smooth talker one and just the how out of place things were at just the right times. And then wish is that we come up with a cool name and we don't die.
I will do mine.
Okay.
My star goes to Alex Teddy for constantly keeping Owen off our backs and continuously just doing the psychic stuff at the right times and just having him just be like, just like entertaining everybody and just making sure that enough attention is drawn towards him instead of us, which was great. And then my wish is to figure out which plan we're going with either Pam or both, and getting off this planet as soon as possible.
My star is gonna go to Z and Erstwhile because I just love her character so much. Mostly just like, oh my god, no, what, he was a murderer? Our friend, like that was choice for me. And then my wish is, which I expect of David, I respect him as DM highly, so this is not anything, but I wish that this is going, I'm just excited about it, I guess. The adventure with the ominous force field and like what's in there and all this sort of stuff. So I'm excited to see how we're going to be utilized and how we're going to have to get in, basically.
Okay. Adventure with, I'm putting your wish as the adventure with the force field will be cool.
That's, yes, thank you. That's it.
My star goes to Alex and Teddy. Absolutely. I was busting a gut when I look over and Teddy's just like, oh my gosh, he's a murderer. I was sleeping with him. Oh my God, I could have been murdered. Just looking over, just a genuine, oh, it's just so good. Loved that. And my wish is that Legoshi becomes a permanent NPC as part of our crew and is our friend forever. Thank you.
Right.
And then wish. Okay. Mine. I think my star is. Oh gosh, you guys took a lot of the good ones. I think just the way you continue to react to things is just not quite how I imagine it will be. And so it's still dialing in what to expect from y'all, but it was fun and probably shouldn't have been unexpected that you hit the ground running quite as quick as you did. But I imagine there would be a little bit more time, and also Teddy just being able to immediately be like, "No, Owen, you're not doing that." It really gave you a good opportunity to do something that I didn't expect you would do. I was going to come at you with Pam's offer real quick. And it was just like, oh, we don't have to do that. Yeah. And then wish is, I wish to wrap up the force field adventure next time. That's my wish. Let's get you off planet. And maybe if you don't have a ship, looking at buying a ship or something like that. Hopefully I'm hoping we end it towards something like that. But yeah, that's what I got.
Well, thank you, David, for running us through the game. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. I know we've been away for a while. Hopefully life will not keep getting in the way, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. We got special off schedule one-shot tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, they have updated. It's not Monster Camp or Monster Prom. They're going to be doing a no prep one-shot game. You awaken in a strange place. So check that out. And, we'll be tweeting about all this stuff. So you'll be able to check it out or catch it on YouTube on the VOD. and we have our fundraiser for the National Network of Abortion Funds, because everything's a mess and we're trying to make it less of a mess. We are matching donations up to $1,000, and we are talking fast because some of us got to get going. So thank you, everyone, and until next time, good games and good night, Internet.